Well, my adventure actually began in corporate America, as you saw from my
Hmm.
bio. So, and I started. I'm originally from Canada, so it started there, and I had the opportunity to really kind of grow from the ground up in marketing, technology, strategy, and then had the opportunity to be relocated to the United States. And at that time, the company that was making the offer, basically, it was a consulting firm, and they said, "Well, we have a project in San Francisco, in New Jersey, and in New York. Where would you like to live?" And I thought, well, kind of driven through New York and New Jersey on, family trips on the way to Florida. Never been to San Francisco. Looked pretty cool in the movies, so I thought, let's pick San Francisco. So that was the sum total of my logic. I moved sight unseen to San Francisco, uh, and started working with the company there. And it was really 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 interesting because it's whatever you learn in business school, you learn a heck of a lot more when you're actually out there in the real world.
Hmm.
And then I had opportunities to get relocated to Atlanta, which I had never lived in, and I moved there sight unseen, up to Sarasota, Florida, which I had also never been to, so moved there sight unseen. And then also to London, England. I had an opportunity to be an expat, and I thought that sounded pretty interesting. And they said, "Well, we have an opportunity in London. Would you like to move there?" And I had never been to Europe, and I vividly remember, I packed up a few suitcases to move over there and stay in a flat. And they, like, as the plane was landing in Heathrow, I remember looking out the window and thinking to myself, "Okay, so this is Europe." I've never been there. All right, time to move. So I just seem to have this pattern of just moving places sight unseen, and really kind of embracing that change. So
Yeah.
lots of fun.
Wow. Well, it certainly sounds like you have an authentic, adventurous spirit. I mean, you step into the unknown and you seem to do that in stride. Why? Why are you so like how? Because I know a lot of people that would never do that, right? So, what is it about you that allows you to be like, oh, yeah, let's just go, let's just do it?
Oh, I think it's just how I'm wired. And I never really thought of myself as being a risk taker. It was only when I started, people like you would ask me questions about my past. I started thinking to myself, going, yeah, I guess I did take a lot of risks. And when I was in corporate, though, it sort of felt like, I don't want to say like they were safe risks, but if you have a company that's relocating you, they're sort of taking care of everything. And they have people who come to your house and box everything up and move it to the next place and unbox it. And so it for some reason it just felt less like I was taking a risk than I guess if I was just on my own saying, "Hey, I'm going to go start my own business in London." But when I think of it, I
Mm.
had the opportunity to work with a lot of executives, and as you heard my bio, a lot of the Fortune 500, and really experience a lot of that. And it was a wonderful experience. It was a wonderful education. I got to see the world for free, not only the places that I mentioned, but there's a lot of travel and consulting. So I had wonderful opportunities there. And I remember one weekend I was staying over in Mexico City, and I went out to the pyramids. And I remember I was standing on the pyramid of the sun and looking out at the pyramid of the moon and thinking, "Wow, I'm getting paid for this. Like, this is crazy." So I really embraced that idea of travel and seeing the world. And it was kind of exciting for me. But I reached a point in my life when
Mm.
as much as I really got a lot out of working with executives in corporate America and really seeing how things work at scale.
Mm.
It was kind of grueling because I was on a plane like every single week.
Wow.
And I was, especially after we had our daughter, it was really tough because I was on a plane every Monday morning, and I was away for the week, and I'd be back late Thursday night or Friday. And you're kind of doing errands and that on the weekend, and preparing everything for my family for the next week, and then rinse and repeat. I'm on a
Rinse and
on
repeat.
a plane again the next Monday morning. And it was a lot. And
Mm.
I had my daughter a little bit later in life, and I did not want her growing up without me. And I really wanted to be there with her. And I decided that I wanted to leave and start my own thing so that I could be in control of my own time. And that's what I did. So
And
I,
that's what you
I
did.
launched my company, and that was 12 years ago. And we've grown, and we have more adventures and more to
Yeah.
come. But
Wow.
yeah.
What a joy. What a joy.